The world is changing faster every day. It took 50,000 years for the world's population to reach 500 million people. In the last 200 years, it has increased to 7,000 million. It took 39 years to give 40% of the USA's population access to a telephone line. However, cellular phone lines reached the same number of users in 5 years, smartphones in less than 3. Lindbergh took 33 hours and 32 minutes on his nonstop flight between New York and Paris. Today, airplanes can make the same journey nonstop in about 7 hours. Technology is changing the way we behave. Although the general trend is to leave the countryside to live in cities, 60 million people raise cows every day on virtual farms. A Facebook user has on average 229 friends, but do you know the names of 3 of your neighbors? Until very recently, we might have visited in one afternoon 10 different shops. Now, over the internet, in 10 minutes, we can visit 100 shops. Customers have control. They have the power. With a mobile device in a few seconds, customers can access information, compare products, and make purchases at any time or place. And before buying, 70% of people trust the recommendations of anonymous people who publish on the internet, more than that of a conventional advertisement. Companies need to adapt to new environments. Apple only made computers until 2001, when it launched its first iPod. Since then, music and cinema have been an essential part of the company's business, and it has managed to become the 3rd largest player in the global cell phone market in just 5 years. Google is much more than a search engine. It's even a payment method in the USA, and it has taken over Motorola, who made the first mobile telephone. Virgin's now an airline, a telecommunications provider, a supplier of digital content. Does anyone still remember when it was a record label? Sales of printed newspapers are plummeting, sales of tablets are soaring, and people read the news digitally. These are just some examples of how the borders between sectors are growing increasingly more blurred, and how many are continuously being adapted or transformed. BBVA is seeking to lead the transformation of the banking sector, and innovation is the way forward.
So technology has already transformed many industries, and next in line is banking. The financial services industry is becoming the BIT industry, business, information, and technology, where information through technology is transformed into knowledge. So in this new world, the banks should transform into digital banks, or rather into other forms of information services companies. So banks are losing their monopoly on banking, and it's up to each one to rise to the challenge of offering the information services, banking or otherwise, that people need. So these are the words that our chairman, Francisco Gonzalez, BBVA's chairman, used to describe his vision some time ago. So I guess that Udaya and others have already shared some examples of startups disrupting the financial services industry. So I'm not going to share any more examples about that. I guess that the sense of urgency is already set. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share some real examples of what we've done so far to address this. So we've started years ago by investing in trying to develop our technological platform in a better way, to avoid this sort of a spaghetti phenomenon that Peter Wales from MIT describes when he refers to the legacy of the systems, the IT side of banks as a result of this incremental evolution and patches through years. So we started that way to make sure that we bring some agility, and we make sure that we can develop and evolve our value proposition. And what we also knew from the very beginning is that we cannot do innovation alone, by our own. So we address innovation through an open innovation model. So that's simplifying, of course, oversimplifying here, it definitely means that we want to get closer to ideas and talent wherever they come from. So for us, innovation centers, and we built a few around the globe, are very important and play a very important role. These innovation centers are, of course, the place where we go every day to work. I mean, people involved in innovation-related activities and digital banking activities, we go and sit down there every day. But are also very important means for us to interact with developers and startups in a more natural way. So innovation centers for us are kind of melting pots. Places are full of content. Last year in the innovation center we have in Madrid, 12,000 people visited us. We had around 160 events last year at the innovation center in Madrid. So it's full of content. There are many things happening all the time. So that is what, as I said, an important for us, an important mean to interact in a natural way with developers, startups, and other people in the let's say entrepreneurial and innovation ecosystem. So to make sure that we get the most out of that and that we're really part of that ecosystem, we've been also trying to build means to interact with these different stakeholders, and here are some of the examples that I'm going to share with you. We built, as I'm saying, kind of platforms or means to interact with different stakeholders. So we've done things for employees and startups, for developers, for startups. Let me share what we did for employees, but we also use this for customers. We've developed a platform, we call it BBVA beta testing platform. It's a platform where people, in this case more than 3,000 employees are already using this, can test and debug products before we launch them to the marketplace. They can of course find, as I'm saying, bugs, but they can also of course make improvement suggestions, and it's also gamified, so they can gain points, and there are budgets there, and there's an incredible ecosystem and a vibrant atmosphere taking place there. We've also used this same platform to bring customers closer to the design, product design process. So we've also used the same thing for customers in a specific product we were developing. There are other ways we interact with the customers in this case, and it's in our innovation centers we use the ground floor as an open area, and there's sort of a scenario there representing a city, streets, a house, a bank branch, of course, merchants and cars and so on, and we try to showcase some of the things we are working on, the products we are working on, and people can touch and trial those. So we have cameras all around, and we can grab the interaction and of course part of the feedback to make sure that we use that feedback. That's why we call it Living Lab, to improve the process of building the products we are, or the innovation opportunities we are working on. So more things. We've developed BBVA Open Talent. Is sort of a mix of a startup competition and a acceleration program. So this is the 6th edition, and we get entrepreneurs with early stage startups to submit their applications every year. There are hundreds and hundreds, so there's an initial filtering process. Then the 60 of them pitch their startups in real life events. We have one in South America, one in North America, and one in Europe. There's a jury there, so we have 6 winners, and the winners and the startups that end up in second place, 12 in total, they go for a week of acceleration program in New York City. So they have some mentoring, they meet with other investors, and we support winners with 30,000 euros each. We don't get any shares out of that. We trial and test their products and services instead to make sure that we try to embed what they're doing inside our value proposition, and it's a better way for us to help them so they can try to scale up and use our footprint in South America and so on. So we have two categories here. One is new banking and the other one is digital life. And as I'm saying, it's incredible quality. We've just closed this year's edition, and we have hundreds and hundreds of very good quality startups doing incredible, innovative things in the financial industry. One other thing we are doing, and this is specific to developers, is we are starting to expose some elements to developers through APIs for them to build their own products. So last year, for example, we did a kind of a 2 months long hackathon. We exposed credit card transactional data, of course aggregated and anonymized, and developers were called to produce their own products out of those data and any other open data, like any Google Places, Yelp, whatever other company that has APIs. And it was incredible. We got 143 apps developed. Again, incredible quality. We got tens of new ideas out of that. 2 of the winning participants ended up being part of our big data team, the 2 data scientists, because they wanted to and we wanted to. So it's a good way to get closer to talent, as I said. And we got some specific ideas that we can, of course, try to further develop and make sure that help us evolve our value proposition. So this is what we did for developers. And since we are a little bit behind, I can close there, and I don't know if we have time for questions. Otherwise, we put just a video, please, and we go for questions after.
Soon, more than half the planet will populate this world we call Internet. Where every day we create and share information with something as simple as a name. Our digital life has everything we like in it. The things we love. Our experiences. Our dreams. Clicks, tweets, shares, likes. Every dream, every aspiration is a digital impulse, lighting up among millions. See a road dreamt by many getting built, traveling at the right time, finding the house that fits your life, opening a business where it's needed. Soon, we'll be able to see and understand all these dreams like never before. We'll be able to explain the economic life in any city or any street on any given day. We'll be able to predict choices, preferences, trends. At BBVA, we work every day to fulfill the aspirations behind those names. Each and every one of them is important, because where others see just a name, we see you. BBVA, welcome to Knowledge Banking.
Thank you. Any questions? Sorry, I don't know if the right format for questioning. I didn't have the time to stay before with the rest of the sessions. No questions? Perfect. Thank you.